Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariella, and today we're going to do a little bit something different. I normally do food reviews, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, all that jazz. But today we're going to switch it up a little bit and we're going to be doing a couple of book reviews on a couple of romance books that I have been reading. I have been so captivated by all these books. I've been reading an average of one book every 2 days, which is crazy. That's just how much I've been enjoying just diving into these stories and these plots, and it just feels like I'm in the book and it feels like I'm there, and it's just been so fun escaping reality a little bit. And I just wanted to share my opinions and my ratings on these romance books. So, the first one that I'm going to review, Every Summer After. We're going to kick off the review with a bang. I give this book 5 stars. And I'm going to kick off this book review by reading the review that I gave this book on Goodreads. I've spent a lifetime trying to forget you, and now here you are, standing in front of me like nothing ever happened. Um, then I went on and said, this book was so good. I read it twice in a row just to relive the experience and feel like I was right there in the story again. It was that captivating. The story slowly reveals their past, making their reunion both moving and emotionally complex. Their depth of their connection, despite years apart, drew me in. Every Summer After is such a sweet love story. There's the magic of your first love. It captures the complexity of friendships and heartbreak. The story takes place in Barry's Bay in Canada, and Percy and her family purchase a cottage on Barry's Bay, and their neighbors are the Floricks. And the story follows Percy and Sam, who fall in love within 6 summers, and it follows their past and how they fell in love, and it also follows the present time and how Percy has to go back and confront Sam, the Floricks, and she hasn't seen Sam in so many years, and now they have to confront each other over a tragedy. So you're already really captivated in the story because you know what happens in their past, and then you're eager to learn what's going to happen in the current time and what's going to happen between Percy and Sam. It is such a great story. There are some spicy scenes, just an FYI. I was so captivated by their love story and also just the scenery of the location of Barry's Bay. You really do feel like you're in the story and you're like in the background kind of observing everything that's unraveling. And again, I give this book 5 stars. I've read all of these love stories back here within the last 2 weeks, and Every Summer After, I just keep going back to and I just keep thinking about it. I read it twice. Not only did I read it twice, but I also listened to it on Spotify because I couldn't get enough of it. And every time I reread it, I felt like maybe I had missed something. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I must have not it didn't engrave in my brain. I don't know. But such a sweet book. I will probably read it once a year because it's just so good. And yeah, 5 stars for Every Summer After. Okay, the next book, I actually just finished reading this a couple days ago. It's Ready or Not by Kara Bastone. I don't know if I'm saying her last name right. But this story follows Eve, who gets pregnant. Literally, right, like the first chapter, she finds out she's pregnant. And her best friend, Willa, who struggles to get pregnant. So it follows like infertility. And Willa has a brother named Shep, and Willa and Eve basically they grew up together. So did Shep. And what happens in this book is it follows the two main characters on the front of the book, Eve and Shep, and Shep is trying to captivate Eve and low key trying to show her that he's in love with her. And she obviously is like so in her head with the pregnancy, and she starts to realize that he's in love with her. And it follows those two, and it's just such a great cute love story. It's a good mix of lighthearted moments, but also very deep emotional moments as well. It's a sweet book. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Towards the middle, it kind of lost me a little bit, but then I got re-engaged. The ending as well, I felt like the ending was a little bit too dragged out. Some people may say they really liked the ending. I just felt like it was a little bit dragged out, where, most love stories that I've read are very quick. So some people may appreciate the longness of the ending. It's a sweet book. Again, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. So go pick it up. The next book is The Last Thing He Told Me. This book is a 5-star for me. It is not your typical romance, lovey-dovey book. This is a mystery book, and it follows Hannah, who gets a letter or gets a note from her husband, Owen. Basically says to protect her. And when he says protect her, he means his daughter, Bailey. And the story goes on, and Bailey and Hannah are trying to look for Owen, Hannah's husband, Bailey's dad. And throughout every chapter, it's literally like almost a major bomb drop of like mystery and, oh my God, I can't believe this. And it takes them deeper and closer to what really happened to Owen. It is a thriller. I couldn't put it down. I read this in literally less than 2 days. I love it so much. I used to live in Austin, and there's a part of the book where they're in Austin, and the writer, the author does a really good job. Laura Dave does a really good job explaining the city and where they're at, and I just literally could feel myself there. The ending of this book had me bawling my eyes out. Like I was literally in bed, like couldn't hold it couldn't hold it together. My husband was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not okay." Again, such a great book, mystery, and the love is between Hannah and Bailey. It follows that love story. And then also you see like little snippets of how much love Owen has for the two characters. I bawled my eyes out. Just, you have to read this book. I can see why it was it's New York Times bestseller, more than 2 million copies sold, and but yeah, you have to pick this up. 5-star for me, 100%. Okay, and the last book I am going to review is Just Last Night. I have to be honest, I don't know if it was the author's language. She's from Scotland, and I just couldn't understand the Scottish slang in this book. I had a really difficult time understanding it. I don't know how you guys felt, but I pretty much got the gist of it. It follows Justin, Susie, Ed, and Eve, and they're a group of friends. And long story short, Eve is still secretly in love with Ed, and Ed doesn't know. Ed, I feel like he's just like all over the place. And something tragic happens in the middle, actually kind of towards the beginning of the book, and basically the group of friends are navigating this tragedy. And it also follows Eve falling in love. I'm trying not to spill. I'm trying not to give too much away. On top of all of this, on top of the friends navigating this tragedy, there's also a lot of secrets that are being brought up to the surface that the friend group didn't know, which is really fun to follow. I have to say that the ending was sweet. I wish I had more of the ending. I think that's why I gave this book a 3 star on top of like a not me not understanding the lingo of the author and like how she writes. Like I had a hard time following it, but again, I pretty much understood the gist of it. Good book. Recommend it. I would read it um again, probably to try to understand it a little bit better. But yeah, I gave this book a 3 star. Tell me what you guys think. And that wraps up my review of these 4 books. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you're like, okay, I read this book. I think you're wrong. You should have given this a 5 star or whatever. Would love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, I'm going to do some more book reviews just because I've really been on this reading kick the last couple of weeks and it's been really fun. So let me know what you guys think. And that is it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.